We are live. Let me refresh. Make sure you can see us and hear us. We are good. Hey, new camera. Finally.
Oh,
This guy's in
man, HD.
HD. Man,
Here we go.
caught in
2021.
HD. Caught in
2021.
4K. It's
I'm
about damn
finally here.
time. So let me refresh and make sure everything else looks good. So, oh, nice jersey. Thank you, Sneaker
Yeah,
Pickers.
man.
We may not win that often, but when they do, I got to represent.
Hey, I mean, Tua makes a really good plays. The defense was solid. He just can't, scramble.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. He had like a weird slide on one of them.
Yeah,
And I was like, dude, what is he doing? He's
he
it
was
was a
like
weird
gonna
slide.
go dive or side,
Yeah.
and then he couldn't. He could, but
Man,
yeah,
it was
Pat's gone. They're gone. Too bad. I'm sorry.
too bad.
Uh,
Let me see. Damn, quality on point. Cool Kicks, what up? Miles, Pacers, wow, 8K. Chris, what's up? Josh Brown, HD Glenn is what we needed. Let me see. Smooth Sailing, D-Bay, Look at Three Legs, Eddie, Sal, Browntown Fines, Omar, Emmanuel, early to the party. First one here. Christy from Kingsville. New Cam Flex says SA. New camera or light says Kevin. Yeah, finally got a camera today. So I was like, you know what? No
stepping
more,
it up.
no more slacking off.
Yeah.
Smooth Sailing Glenn needs a Saints jersey instead. It would look better. Hey, they did destroy the Packers.
That was wild.
I don't even know if Packers even showed up or what happened there.
I even asked my wife, like, did Aaron Rodgers play?
Astro Drip, what up? Retrospective gear. Fins up. Tua on my fantasy team. Glenn is ready for OnlyFans. We got that quality.
Yeah, quality now.
Yeah, that POV. We'll get it set up. What did I miss anything? No, we just started. Saren and no more Flint Gray Glenn says Miles. Let me go up. The man misinformation. What up? Sue Huskins, Kevin, sup bros, Cool Kicks, congrats on Dolphins win. Let me see, OnlyFans level quality with the new camera, looking at 3 legs, so we are ready. Last Monday, we didn't have Mindset Monday. Instead, we tried a little bit, right? We were talking to, Jake, trying to see how to help him a little bit. Cool Kicks came on. It was a good show. People did miss the, Mindset Monday, but we're back at it today.
Back at it.
And this is for, Unleashing Your Mamba Mentality Part 2. We said we wanted to do one Mamba Mentality a month.
Yep.
So we should be doing that. Zapatos, good morning.
Oh. I think she's in a different part of the world.
As I figured.
Yeah.
Glenn and Ken movie quality, Sneaker Pickers. AN, what's up, everyone? Let me see. We need Jake on again. I already miss him. Josh Brown.
Oh, wow. I don't miss him after a week. Come on now.
Reno and Mary, good morning from Sydney.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, there we go. All right. So, Unleash Your Mamba Mentality. I think, Kenny will like this one because they really kind of go together on all 4 of these levels. The bad thing is, going forward with this new camera, all the crappy finds are going to be in HD.
Oh, yep. Now we got to, touch up her face, you shave nice and everything like that.
All I need is a couple of filters. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. We need to get some YouTube filters.
We need some filters.
Hey, we gotta tell YouTube. That'd be
or we start investing, coming up with our own.
Yeah.
Video quality is so good, feels like Glenn is intruding my living room.
Oh.
Start taking your inventory. What camera are you using now? I got some Logitech It's one of the newer ones. I think
Yeah.
I don't even know what the name is. I'd have to
Yeah, they
open up
only
the
have
app.
a few ones, but yeah, I think Glenn has like the 4K one.
So
Yeah.
we'll give this a shot. All right, let's start off with number one. This is Unleash Your Mamba Mentality Part 2. Number one, long-term vision and intelligence.
Mm.
So, Kobe played in the summer league when he was young. Scored 0 points the entire league. The whole summer league, scored nothing. And he said it himself. He was terrible. But he knew this is what he wanted to do.
Mm.
So interesting. It's like you suck, but you know this is what you want to do, which means you have to get better at one point, right?
Right.
So he said, I wasn't going to catch these kids in a week, in a month, in a year. So I needed to decide, like, what am I going to work on first? So obviously, Kobe worked on the shooting first, which
Right.
we know he loved to shoot. Worked on shooting first. 8 months just on shooting.
Wow.
He said he came back the next summer. He was a little bit better. He finally scored a couple of points here and there. Then again the next summer, and then again the next summer. And then I think by age, I think it's at 14 or 15, he was already like one of the best in the nation. So
Yeah.
it went from, completely sucking to doing well, but working at things here and there to get
Mhm.
better and better. So he said what he had to do was depend on fundamentals, learning the basics, but also just realizing that long-term vision, like I'm not going to be better than these kids next week, next month, next
Right.
year. Because the thing is like, this is even before social media time. It's like we want success right now.
Yep.
And how many other times do you see or hear where like other people are like, man, I want to build my inventory like this person. I want to
Right.
do this like this person. And like, we don't know all the details and everything, but if you're just getting into reselling, or maybe you're even part-time, or you're trying to learn everything on how to do eBay correctly, you're not even sourcing and into that, you're just trying to learn the platform, things are going to take time. So you have that long-term
Right.
vision at it. If you take it one step at a time, you're just going to keep improving better, and better. It's not going to work, one day to the next.
Yeah, I think two things jump out of me when you were talking about that. One is he figured out what he wanted based on, I would say, in his mind or in his heart or his desire, right? Because a lot of times people base their desires on results right away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he could have been easily turned off to the game of basketball if he based it on that moment,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, because like you already suck, so it would have been the easiest way to say, I'm not built for this, I don't want to do this, I want to do something else. So I think that was very important, that whenever you try to go for something or achieve something, never base it on your first try or your first year or something like that. Um, and then it ties into the second one. I noticed that there was definitely some patience applied there, especially as a younger kid. I mean, even for us now, it's hard to be patient. But back, when you're a kid, kids want instant, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
kids kind of have that. If they don't want it, they'd rather brush it off and move on to something else if they don't get results right away. So I think that was definitely intelligence on his part, right? Because he knew that, he realized that he didn't have proper training. He didn't get the fundamentals down yet. That's why he wasn't getting the results. And then now he moved on to the solution where, okay, I need to do this. I need to work on summer to get my game better, and then the next summer, and then the next summer. So there was that's very kind of like, it's actually the most basic approach on learning a new skill,
True.
right? If you, it's just like driving, right? The first time you drove, you sucked. Next time you drove, like, okay, like, that's why we make jokes like, oh, I don't want to ride with people that just got started driving because they don't have experience. So I think that's, sometimes we complicate it too much, but it's actually just a matter of, you know put your focus on what you're trying to do, research, learn, and then apply patience. And at the end of the day, that's why we say it's only a matter of time.
Like, what if you just started eBay and then your like first, I don't know, like out of your first 5 transactions,
Yeah,
like 2 of them were returns,
yeah,
and then
exactly.
like you're just like, do I really want to do this, or
Hmm.
am I meant for this or
Yeah,
not? Or you could have lost the money. Like, how many different
yeah.
times does it happen where people start selling on eBay and then they miscalculated the shipping,
Yeah,
miscalculated the fees. Something like this happens, and next thing you know, you're like, you're kind of down on it. So you're
right,
gonna keep going. You're gonna
right.
figure it out and learn it, or you're
Uh-huh.
gonna give up.
Yeah, that's what happened to me because I felt like when I was shipping first, I was shipping to East Coast, and I was like, okay, it's $10 shipping, so I had stuff free shipping, right? Next thing you know, I had to ship to Oregon. I was like $25. Like, what happened here? So like that one's like that's a lot less profit, considering there's more than double the shipping that I didn't really know, and that was part of the learning. I could have been turned off like, okay, I'm not gonna, I could have raised all my prices automatically and hurt my sales in New York, but that was like a learning process. Like, okay, I could do calculated shipping, I could put it in, and then I was shipping stuff in large flat rate boxes.
Mm,
So I was like, and then I was experimenting. So, like, yeah, everybody will suck the first time.
yeah. Smooth sailing, $10. Love the weekly shows you do, Glenn. And
There
B.
we go. Here we go.
And more to the B funds.
Yeah, yeah. Here we go.
Meal funds. Let me see who's here. I know more people started joining in. Oh, Soul Empire.
Yep, yep.
Nice. Did you guys see the new rewards on Flex iPads and GoPros? They also have a hammock on there.
I'm kind of tempted to redeem the hammock.
Yeah, hammock for the inventory. You can
Yeah,
chill
yeah,
there for a little
yeah.
bit. Big Money Mo. He said, "Is that Glenn?" Yes, sir.
No.
Tell me when they bring back gift cards, says James. Let me see. 4K, HD, 1080p. Everybody's talking about the quality. Gary, what's up? Hypebeast Papi. Oh, you have to be the grasshopper before becoming the master.
Yep.
Big Money Mo, you got to recognize your ignorance first. Most people think they know more than the next guy, so they fail. They blame everything else because in their mind they know it all.
Mm-hmm.
Very true, Miles. Facts. Let me see. Gary got the FedEx plug. So talking about shipping first. So that one kind of leads on to the second one, the long-term vision, intelligence, and having that, success now type of thing. So number 2, be competitive with yourself. So smooth sailing again, $10. $10 at a time.
Oh, so that was for you,
B.
and this is for me.
There we go. $10 for the bee. $10 to feed the bee a nice, warm, hot meal.
Yeah.
So next time, man. Well, this is already added on to everything else that I already own.
Yeah,
so
cool kicks. I definitely gotta get my whiteboard together.
Get your chart. Cool kicks. Smooth sailing, rich. Josh Brown. Thank you. Smooth sailing. $20 total. All right. Be competitive with yourself. They asked Kobe if he had to tone down his competitiveness when working with others outside of basketball. So this is after he retired. He said, absolutely. He said he pushed people to be competitive with themselves because a client would be working on something, creating something, have a business idea, working on their business, and they would look to Kobe for an approval. Like, is this good? Should I be doing this? What do you think about this? And Kobe said that whatever you are doing, you have to look at it in your own individual perspective. So you have to ask yourself, is this the best I can do? And if the answer is yes, then success will follow. But on the opposite, if it is not, and you aren't doing the best, and you have to get up every day and remind yourself how hard you need to push yourself, then you need to choose a different profession. So going back to the first part of it, kind of, asking Kobe for the approval. We've made jokes about this all the time as far as like, hey Glenn, like, is this a good buy?
Yeah.
Does this work?
Yeah.
Should I buy this?
Right.
How much money can I make off of it? I think the funnier DMs have to do with like, well, do you think I'll make like $80 on this? Like it goes from like it started off by like, hey, 25 bucks, $30,
Right.
$50 maybe, depending what the find was. And then it went off into like, can I
Home run.
make $200 off of this? I'm like, well, I don't know. Well, you're asking me all these, and then it's almost puts me in a thing to where like if I tell them, yeah, you know what, I guarantee you'll make $100 off of that find, and then it turns into, Glenn, it's been 2 weeks, it hasn't sold. What you said, I was gonna make this amount of money on that
Right.
find.
Mhm.
But now the find turned into time.
Yeah.
Now it was supposed to sell in 2 weeks. So
Yeah.
now it's like you want both. I want it to sell fast and I want to make the
High.
most out of it. I can't guarantee either one.
Right.
So you have to figure that out to where like, is this a good find or not? Is it the right for your business? I don't even know what you sell. You
Yeah.
could be a car parts store and you're trying to sell I don't know, used pair of Bread 11s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are people really going to be looking for, pre-owned sneakers in your store? I don't know. Things could change. So that's for looking to the approval part. We'll get into the other two parts, but let me start off there and see what your perspective is on that one.
Yeah, approval is I think it's kind of like built in within us. Like we always kind of like seek for kind of like an affirmation that 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 you're doing good or you're doing better.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of times we get it wrong because we seek those affirmations or those confirmations approval from people that really doesn't matter. Like you think about it, right? Like if at the end of the day, yeah, we're friends. We hang out. We talk a lot. But at the end of the day, right? Like our businesses are so different, and then it's it's not really tied into what you say because it's
Yeah.
not like when you say yes, you're gonna be successful. I'm all of like money's gonna fall out of the sky. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I feel like when I think we got it wrong as far as approval because approval actually happens when there is result in what you've done.
Mhm.
I think we have to take away the approval from an opinion to actually a factual approval, meaning in a layman's term, numbers won't lie. So the results of your business profit wise, or I would even say learning wise, should be the approval that you're gonna seek, right? Like for example, I made a mistake, with a $25 shipping to Oregon. The approval there was now I've learned something that I can take to my next transaction. So that was like, okay, now you're gonna be better. You know what I'm saying? That was
Yeah.
approval. Or when I look at my books, it's like, man, I made a lot more on this hoodie than on those Jordan 1 mids.
Mm.
So that's the approval.
Yeah.
Not like the likes or the it's like, man, killing it, 100 pairs of mids in a weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like those are kind of feel like fluff. They're like words like that really don't mean weight unless it's backed up by something very factual or truth, which is we go to in the business world, we go to numbers. I was like, okay, you make $10 off of that times 10, that's your profit, or I can make $100 times 2 and game over, right? So
Yeah.
I think that's where we need to put our approval upon, the seeking of approval based on the results of our efforts.
Yeah, very true. So I think it kind of worked perfectly in what we were trying to say, business wise and how that kind of works for us approval wise. The second part of Kobe's, I guess, quote talking about that, asking yourself, is this the best I can do? Answer is yes, success will follow.
Right.
Because yes, you're giving it all. It's 100%, 110%, whatever you want to call it. Opposite end, if it's not, and you're, like you said, you're struggling to wake up every day to have that excitement, then yeah, you might have to switch onto something else. And I guess going back to like, is this a good buy? I also had a friend that he started selling on eBay, making extra money and things
Mhm.
like that, and got really discouraged when things wouldn't sell.
Mm.
And he's like, yeah, hoping this would sell for this, hoping this will sell for that, and got discouraged to where it just stopped listing items. And so I told him, well, I can tell you right now, none of this stuff here is ever going to sell because it's not even listed. So you're already putting yourself in a position to make nothing because you're not even giving it a shot.
Mhm.
So in that case, and someone else had also put on the video talking to Jake, like Jake wants his numbers and impressions to go up, but yet he stopped making videos.
Mm.
So if you want more impressions, wouldn't you want to make more videos?
Right.
I was like, oh
Yeah.
man, these guys are
Yeah.
getting brutal out here in the comments. They're getting
I
truth.
mean, that's truth, right? So that's the approval that you're getting. It's really either approval of the efforts that you're doing or denial of your fake reality,
Mm,
right? Because I could easily say, man, I wanna be a millionaire, but I can't even list 1,000 items in 6 months. It will take so much more than that to become a millionaire. So
yeah.
now I'm living in a fake reality. It was like, okay, like if I list 10 items a day, I'll be a millionaire. Or, like if I list one every day, I'll be a million. Like it's not like, like there's there's approval and there's denial. Like stop kind of like faking it just to seek that approval, or kind of just like, the faking it really.
Let me go back up to the message or on the comments on the chat. Let me see. Not rich yet. District Deals is my hero. He's rich. There goes smooth sailing. Last time I slid into the DMs, Glenn, I thought that was between us. Lucky on three legs.
So,
Mamba Mentality. You buy everything with confidence that you can sell it. No iffy buys. Sometimes iffy buys we talked about end up on a death pile. You're not excited to list it. You're not excited to get it sold. Ball don't lie. There you go, Giovanni. Let me see. Mamba Mentality is when you have plugs for inventory at Ross, Marshalls, etc., and beat out all the resellers in your city. SA. Let me see. What up, Southtown Finds? B really doesn't like mids, says AN.
I'm glad you guys know.
Logan Skills. I got suspended for 3 days for having some Nike stuff listed on Europe global shipping. Do I need to turn off global shipping or what?
Yeah, I think you just have to don't ship it directly. The only way I ship through Europe is through global shipping program. So don't mail it yourself, because I think there's with global shipping, taxes and customs are being taken care of by eBay. So we don't have to worry about that, because that's what we've noticed. And I haven't really shipped directly to Europe, and I've hadn't had any issues like that. I mean, so was Glenn. We only deal with global shipping program through GSP.
Yeah, so it's a combination of having both that are going to get you.
Mhm.
Yeah, so turn off the other one and keep global, right?
Yeah,
That's what you're saying.
yeah. Just do global shipping program. Don't ship direct to Europe. Just ship out direct in the U.S. only, and everything outside of U.S. do global shipping program.
Because Big Money Mo is saying global shipping week you suspended Vero. But
Global.
that doesn't make sense because it's the other one that will do
Yeah,
that.
if it's a zeroed item, you get suspended either way. You see what I'm saying? Whether you
Yeah.
ship global, but I think the issue here is like the Euro, like some Nikes can't be sold in Europe. So I think what he meant with global shipping, I think it's shipping out directly. Big Money Mo says I got Vero for Nike Europe only GSP. I haven't had an issue with global shipping. Vero. I don't think Glenn has it either.
No.
I would definitely contact eBay with that one. That shouldn't happen.
Let me see. I only have global shipping turned on, and I get Vero by Europe and Nike Logan Skills. I have to
Yeah,
call eBay on that to see
to see what
why.
exactly it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what exactly, because it can't be just all Nike. Because I mean, I've sold some. But yeah, don't like get to it fast. Don't wait till you get suspended.
How long is too long to have something sitting there on eBay? It's a patience game also. Ask Bruno and Mary. Depends on the item because
Yeah,
we've gone. I mean, everyone has kind of gone through it too. Depending on if you're going into it long term, if it's a coat and it's summertime,
yeah,
this is gonna take down the road once it hits fall, winter, maybe even deeper winter. I mean, it might take even longer than that. So
yeah.
depends on that item is. Obviously, if it's like a retro or something, and clearly the watchers, the solds, you can see the information. The data is going to tell you this is an item that people are looking, they're searching
Fast
for, they're
moving.
buying.
Yeah,
So that really just depends on that.
yeah.
A lot of people want to get rich sitting on their ass. AN.
Hmm.
Let me see. Are you gonna ramp up on Amazon for Q4? Probably not for Amazon. I'm still getting a lot of the Nike stuff in, trying to get more of the winter stuff in. I think some products are US release only.
Yeah, yeah. That's probably what it is. That's weird that we haven't gotten into that issue. And you guys probably are getting some really limited stuff.
Yeah, so I have to call eBay in that one. Might
Yeah,
be the item, might be
yeah. The
the
shipping or whatever.
combination.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's get into number 3, next stage challenges. So Kobe said he'd rather be known for being the best dad or for maybe his role on the books that
Hmm.
he wrote or for the movie that he did, rather than just what he did on the court.
Mm.
So he said you have to challenge yourself to grow and evolve, especially for athletes because they lose themselves after retirement. So he said he approaches the next career with that same intensity, same attention to detail, and same curiosity. So of course I want to be better than I was in the last career. So this could say I would say for next stage challenges, like if you're a part timer looking to become full timer, and you've just been all night working on things, all night listing, all night shipping, still going to work the next day. You want to keep that same, like you said, attention to detail, curiosity, intensity onto the next battle, which for you would be going full time. Maybe it's like there's some older resellers too that they went into reselling after retiring.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, man, I retired, from my job. Now, what's my next challenge in life? It could be
Yeah.
reselling business.
Hmm.
Kobe mentioned the retirement from athletes, which we've seen it before. Man, some of them have a hard time. Like
Yeah.
it's, I know that Drew Brees was on. Now he's doing like announcing or whatever,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
on NBC. And some of these athletes, man, they can get into like doing announcing and
Yeah.
things like that, making big bucks still.
Romo.
Yeah, Romo, man, huge contract. Like you're not getting injured. You're still in what you
Yeah.
know, which is the
Yeah.
football. Everything regarding football. But not every athlete can do that, and not all of them are going to be, all stars
Yeah.
and all pro and all of that. And so if maybe you're on the Titans for 3 years and
Right.
then you got hurt or something happened, where do you go from there? Some people get into like high school coaching, trying
Yeah.
to work their way back up to college coaching or something. And it's tough. So you got to figure that out, what that next stage is going to be. Now that can also hold true for me and B. Like what I know, I'm not going to be reselling forever.
Right.
B's not going to be reselling. You may not either in the chat.
Mhm.
I enjoy it. I love it too. But
Right.
eventually, yeah, of course, I would like to venture onto something else and do other things. That's also why I wanted to like keep building up the channel and keep doing other things. I would like to do more of like helping people out in different phases, whatever they want to do, whether it is like reselling or a channel or doing something. But I don't know what that would be yet. But I have
Mhm.
to approach it the same way I'm doing this.
Right.
So what do you think about that?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's very accurate in life, but I think people kind of like forget that really life is about levels, right? I feel like right after, because like when you were like going to school, like you're so excited to get to the next level, right? Like,
Hmm.
okay, high school's next, okay, college next, right? And then right after that, I feel like everybody just thinks that it's like they land on the top of a mountain, or if they don't land on top of the mountain, if they're in the bottom of the mountain, they'll stay there forever. And to be honest, I feel sad because you meet people, whether in restaurants or groceries and stuff like that, and you could just tell that they've settled. And it's kind of like the word again, never settle. And and for me, it's like just like what Kobe said. He was done being a player. Now he's trying to become the best dad. Now a producer of books and movies and stuff like that. Um, and I feel like that's kind of like the mentality really that really worked for me, because it's what I always tell my wife. It's like, I'm afraid if I get into something that I'm gonna be 100. I mean, when I get into something, it's only 100%, or it's either I'm out.
Mm.
So that's why I'm very careful with what I get into, because it's either I go all in, pedal to the metal, money where my mouth is, or not at all. So I feel like that's what you gotta have to be able to get to the next levels in life. Um, and really, that's kind of like the having a process of climbing, and at the end of that stage achieving certain things. I think that's what's exciting. Like like the phase that I feel like, kind of like the struggle in 2019 for us was like, we've gone to the next level, next level, next level, and then grew the business so big, and then I was like, what's next? And then moving to this house was next.
Yeah.
Having this full basement was next. And
Hmm.
then now I'm thinking like, it's like, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking like, man, I actually, kind of like, side stories like growing up. It's like, man, I would never want to have pool in my house because the cleaning, the maintenance, and stuff like that. And then now I'm in this house, like, man, I want to have a pool. So now I'm like, okay, my next house is gonna have a pool in the back, so we can hang out and chill. Because it's not really all about hustle and everything like that, right? When I was hustling 24/7, I didn't have the time to go to a pool.
Yeah.
But now I've built my inventory to a point that I'll have time. Now pool is nice.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, right? Like you gotta attack different levels, but it can't be the same mentality what you had before, right? Because if I had the same mentality that I had now, our house would be a mess.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be organized, right? I wouldn't have a big inventory, and I wouldn't, my store wouldn't look good, because it was gonna be like, just gonna be a tornado every day. But now you have to slow down, pick your battles, and I think that's what you got to do. Go to the next level.
So in the chat, what would it be for you as far as that next stage that you've already done or that you're planning to do? I want to know. You can put anything you want. Like, for me, one of the examples was like, started off doing garage sales. Like, I did garage sales every Saturday. Not
Right.
having the capital to do Ross game, or, eventually I did other things like pawn shops and things like that. But that was a big step. Obviously, going from part time to full time, that was a big step. Um, getting a house, now having different inventory I can build up and have room for that. That was a different step. So there's different things that you can do to keep growing. But we've also seen, someone also said here that, people that kind of settle at their job. But what about the people that don't, how do I explain this? Like, I've had friends to where like they're going to graduate
Mhm.
college
Right.
and then they're like, I'm just going to go back to school. And then you ask them why, and it's not that necessarily they enjoy school, they just don't know how to like work or get into work or want to work. But it's weird because it's kind of like, isn't that why you're going to school? Because like you want to get the degrees, get into a job, high paying job, work your way up. I've had friends that are just like, I'm just gonna go to school, and then all right, you got that other degree. Now I'm just going to go to school again and get no more degrees. I don't know. It's like school just never ends. And it's kind of weird too, because we've had also to where like the parents kind of get into it to where it's like, oh, what is Junior doing now?
Mhm.
Oh man, he's getting his master's. And like, and they're super proud, like, hey, going to school, doing his thing. And then you ask him another like 4 years later, oh, what is he doing? Oh, still getting his master's. What are you going to do after that? I guess get his doctorate, or I don't know. But it just keeps going and going. But at one point, are you going to take that level out of that? And
I'm going to be like, how much does he owe now in student loans?
Yeah, that's a different
That's
story.
what SA said.
Yeah, there we go. Got his master's, but $200K in debt, says SA.
That's totally true.
Yeah, but Junior is 45 years old.
I actually thought about that. I wonder if I get like a student loan and just go to school and just use the money to buy inventory.
Let me see. Oh, there we go. Cool Kicks. Are we talking about cars and stuff over here?
Yeah.
I was like, what? This went totally off. I was like, what is going on in here? The B's out here talking cars. Let me go. Next is the pool. Then after that, AMG. So there you go, Josh Brown. Don't do it, B. Pool's a money pit. Ask me how I know. Kaiser. There we go. Let me see. Having 100K in inventory in the next year. Miles. Graduate high school, buy a house, and never rent. There we go, Mark. So different things people are going to do, want to do. Next stages, go even heavier on stocks. Fastest way to make them millions, big money, Mo. Let me go down and see. Where are we? You have to set goals, work towards them. You never progress. Sue Huskins. Got my MBA back in 2014. Best decision ever made. Used my GI Bill. Paid for it all. Trap Al Bundy. You got to know what you're working with. Got to know what's going to benefit you.
Yeah, that benefit's really right there.
Exactly.
And then you get discount from Nike. Come on now, man. That's one thing I should have done when I was younger. Enlist and then get your schooling right, and then get discounts everywhere you go.
I want to go back to, it has to do with number 1 and number 2, long-term vision and intelligence. Number 2, be competitive with yourself. So I don't know if I told you this story, but this happened at least 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
I remember this guy at Ross, and I saw him, and he was like, oh, hey, you have a YouTube channel, right? I was like, yeah. And he's like, he didn't know the name. He was just like, oh yeah, like sell stuff and things like that for like these type of stores. I was like, yeah. So it's just kind of like, he was like, yeah, I watch the videos, things like that. I was like, cool, easy going, easy conversation, just kind of talking here and there. And then he kind of threw out, I don't know, it was kind of like a joke, non-joke.
Okay.
And he's like, I'm gonna do better than you. And so when he told me that, in my head, I'm thinking, all right, well, are you going to do better than me business-wise? Are you going to do better than me YouTube-wise? I don't know, assets, or what are we talking? Better in how? Better in way? Looks? Oh, that's impossible. And so he was like, you know what? I'm going to take this thing beyond what you've done. Like, I'm gonna have sourcers at every store. Right when they open, I'm gonna have sourcers every single Ross Burlington location. I'm gonna source everything that's there. I'm gonna make sure other competition, other sellers that are into it are not gonna get anything. I'm gonna have control, especially of like the city and things like that. And so I was like, all right, cool. I mean, go ahead. Like, I don't know what else. Go ahead. I mean, when you tell me you're going to do something, I'm expecting you to do it. I mean, you're telling me you're going to do it.
Right.
I have no clue where that dude is now. When obviously they're just like,
well,
maybe it was intimidation or trying to.
The one thing he got better on you prior to today was camera. But now you got him in all aspects.
Yeah, camera definitely could have done. But I mean, same thing with me. I want to see results.
Yeah.
I have so many other friends, and the wife has seen it too, on just different, I guess you would call them wannabe influencers or things like that. Like, I'm going to do this.
Right,
I'm
right, right.
going to do that.
Yeah.
Why do you have to tell anybody that you're going to do something? Just do it.
Yeah.
And if you do it and if it works out, then I think that's awesome. Well, everyone can see your growth,
Yeah.
but why tell anybody?
Yeah.
I guess, and then if someone comes back and be like, "Hey, remember when you said you're going to do this?"
No.
That's where they get pissed. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
and that's
now it's a personal attack. Like,
well because it actually kind of like will emotionally kind of like make them gun shy
mm,
because now they've said the big words, right? And then now in the back of their mind, it's actually they're doubting themselves, like, man, can I really do it? Can I really do it? Right? And if you don't truly know yourself, I'm like, I admire people that say it and then they're actually gonna do it. Like, I mean, like, I'm like, man, like, how did you get there? I'm like, I would admire people doing that, right? As long as you get there. But
yeah,
it's like, in your case, it's like, oh, now it's a question of like, well, like, was that just like, bull crapping? Was it just him trying to intimidate me, or
yeah,
or maybe he really doesn't know himself, right?
maybe,
Right? Because now, because there are a few things that I say I want to do, but I've always said this to my wife, and just even like the friends that I've known. I said our rules between me and my wife, or just however we communicate, it's we mean what we say and we say what we mean, and that's it. There's no sugarcoating anyway. There's really there's no point to that. That's why I
yeah,
say, like, because one is gonna bring confusion to your identity as a person. It's like, okay, because you could say like, okay, I'm gonna be a millionaire in a year, right? So you don't become a millionaire, right? And then you tell me like, hey B, whenever you need anything, I'm here for you. Now I'm doubting. I'm like, okay, he said he's gonna be a millionaire. He didn't. Now he's telling me he want to be there for me anytime I need him. It's like, probably not too. You see what
yeah,
I'm saying? So
yeah,
I think it hurts you, individually and personally, because now people don't trust your word.
mm,
And like in real life, man, that's whether your credit score is good, whether you have money or not, word, once you say your word and you live up to what you said. I mean, if you hear all these stories, these are people that have been true to their words, that
mm,
have been successful, right? Like Kobe said, like, man, I'm gonna train, I'm gonna train, I'm gonna train, I'm gonna train. Kobe said, I'm gonna beat you. He's gonna beat you,
yeah,
right? And then there was no point to whatever. There was no doubt on his words because he's always had the actions to back it up, and I
yeah,
think that's very important. Do it, say it, intimidate people. As long as you can do something about it, or else you look like a clown.
yeah, for sure. And I think that, I mean, I would rather, it's just from myself, but I guess I would rather just have someone not say anything and then just put out the
Right.
results, because the results are going to speak for themselves,
Yeah.
right? I mean, if you're going to go all in, and I mean, it's gonna happen.
Hmm.
Better than just, I don't know, just a little talk here and then it's kind of like, oh man, I haven't even seen anything. But even in my own head, let's talk about the YouTube side, we talk about Jake and Koo Kicks and everything like that. Even in my own head, when I hit like 20,000 subs, 50,000 subs, even in my own head, I was like, I don't feel the need to, hey guys, I just hit 50,000 subs. Just wait until I hit 100,000 subs. Like, is there really what if 100,000 never really came?
Right.
I mean, anything could happen at any point.
Dude,
You
yeah,
could die the
now
next
you're
day.
setting
I mean, I don't
yourself
know.
up. Yeah, you're setting yourself up for disappointment and failure.
Like,
Right.
just do it, keep working at it,
Mhm.
and let's hope that it gets, keeps growing and going and going from there and grow and go. But I don't see any point of that kind of talk. I mean, I don't know. It's just
Mhm.
something that I kind of think, but
Yeah, I mean, like one thing I want to say is like I think a lot of people have tried to master coming up with ideas,
Mm,
and I think we fail to realize that we shouldn't aim to become masters of ideas. We have to be masters of execution.
yeah.
That's why I remind myself. I mean, like, yeah, all these great ideas, and I just, like, I talk to myself, like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and I step back, it's like, yeah, like, great idea, but like, really, execution will be key.
Yeah.
And then now I think more about execution. Is it possible to do it now, or is it not? And if it's not possible to do it now, put it in back burner. No point of thinking about it 100 times a day, and it's not even possible of you doing it.
Yes, sir. Let me see. Let me go back on here. It's funny when resellers think success to hurt competition. When Nike is limiting us to 5 pairs per style, big money mall.
Yeah,
Uh,
nobody can take over.
People who proclaim what they're going to do get the cheap dopamine hit from proclaiming. Yeah, man. Talk about it. Be about it. Trap All Bundy, Astral Merch. Talking is easier than doing. It's a proven psychological thing. When you tell someone you're going to do something, you feel good and you feel as if you accomplished something, but in reality, you haven't. That's also very true.
Hmm.
I guess they get like a feeling that they're, oh yeah, already doing it, or like 80% done, or I don't know,
Yeah.
just by saying it. Let me see. I said I'll fix my credit score. My credit score is fixed, and I currently got enough limit not to use my own cash too much. SA. Dayways, what's up? Much love. Hustle hacks in the B. Big Money Mo. I remember telling some friends that I'll sell online, and they said it's hard business and need a lot of planning. And now they're trying to get into it after seeing my numbers. That happens a lot too. Now you got to coach them. Now you got to teach them.
Yeah.
Oh man, come on, Mo.
That,
Take some time out of your day to teach me.
yeah.
Help me
Now,
out.
now they're gonna pay you. Now they're gonna start buying your lunch.
Let me see. He said he was going to do something, and he didn't do that. I took that personal intro Masters of Execution. Sounds like a metal band. Oh, man. All right. I was saying you want to do something with humility is key. Any idea can fail, says Marino. This business isn't for everyone. Luckily, I'm from NYC. All I know is hustle.
There we
I
go.
remember going to New York,
Well,
and me and my
wild,
wife
huh?
are like, damn, like everybody's all over the place getting things done, or at least they're all over the place
They're
doing
moving.
something.
Yeah.
Here in my town, like we're just straight chilling.
Well, I think that's what I love about like going to bigger cities. Like I love Chicago, I love Atlanta, and then just going to like the busy places, right?
Yeah,
And especially like Times Square, right? And because like now when you have a business, you're looking at other businesses too, right? And you're
yeah,
looking at people trying to make money, trying to hustle, and then I'm like, man, like, you see those street performers, I mean, you think it's easy, but dude, they have to
yeah,
get some confidence and
yep.
some guts
Put
to do
yourself
it.
out there.
Yeah, throw yourself out there and like maybe get $1, right? And then, or you become a big hit and become, part of America's Got Talent or The Voice or something like that. And but and then I'm looking at, like, I get inspired because I want my life to be like that. And like, I remember, like, the busier you get, as long as it has a purpose when you're busy, I think it's good. Because
Yeah,
sometimes we see busy as just kind of like a cop out for trying to make you feel better, but sometimes you're just trying to become busy, but it doesn't really have a purpose. But when
yeah,
you're hustling with a purpose, with a goal in mind, I think that eventually at the end of the day you can lay down your head and be like, man, I did something to get to my goal closer. And that should be the approval that we should be seeking, is from ourselves.
yes, sir. Let's go to the last one. All right, here we go. Last one, which Kobe said this was a quote from his high school teacher in Lower Merion High School, Mr. Fisk. I don't remember any quotes from any of my teachers or, or anything they
No,
told
I don't
me.
either.
So this must have been really good if he could remember some of
Yeah,
his.
yeah, I was busy. I was probably taking a nap.
So his high school teacher, Mr. Fisk, told him, "Rest at the end, not in the middle."
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's Mr. Fisk. I mean, if Mr. Fisk told me that, I would have remembered it too. I would have definitely 100% remembered that.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so Kobe said, I'm not going to rest. I'm going to keep on pushing. I don't have all the answers. I don't have all the questions. I'm just going to keep going. Sometimes you just have to figure things out as you go. Just continue to build. Now, I feel like this probably holds more truth for us now with the dry season of stores. You'll figure out a way. If this is what you're meant to do, you enjoy it, you love it, you found success in it already, you're going to figure it out one way or another, put the pieces together, especially right now that we've seen how many resellers have we seen quit? They're not in it. Maybe when fines get better, Vapormax all of a sudden start showing up again at Ross, you'll see some IG posts again. But as of right now, a lot of them are gone. Very few are still hanging in because they have systems in place, but at the same time, they're going to figure out a way. Now, resting at the end, of course, has to do with going to that next stage, which we've talked about. You want to get into something different. You're learning, about that now, but not resting in the middle, which let's say would be now where things do get a little bit tougher. Now I'm going to take a break, figure things out when stores get better. Then I'll go 100% in. Some of us don't have a chance. We're already 100% in because that's what we're doing full time. And so me and B have talked about this too. Also has to do with settling. We've talked about settling for things in the past. Some of the live shows, do not settle for whatever. When you've had big time goals, you want to hit that goal. So go ahead, B.
Yeah, that's man. It's so simple, but it's it's hard. It's hard to do, and we've said it over and over again. In business, nothing comes easy, and you have to put your heart in it, and that spoke to me a lot because, especially now, right? Like you mentioned it, dry season. I've never felt like when I switched gears when I realized that it was dry. I switched gears to organizing my business to a point that it's like I will know wherever everything is at, and if I cannot remember it, everything's got to be labeled, and I gotta get all my inventories listed, right? And then now we're at the tail end of organizing everything. Now our goal is to find everything that's not listed and get it listed. So, now I feel like a lot more busy than what I was because now I don't even have time to go to the store because I have all these projects going in my store. So I think, and this is, I could have said like, man, I'm gonna chill till Q4 and then I'll worry about shipping when Q4 orders come in, right? But that's not really, what Mr. Fisk said, that's resting in the middle, right? Like we talk all year that this Q4 is gonna be wild, it's gonna be crazy because there's gonna be less inventory out there, even online and in store. Now they're gonna look at eBay, and eBay's been, consistently adding more traffic, acquiring more customers. So I'm thinking like, man, if I'm gonna capitalize or take advantage of that shortage of this opportunity that's in front of me, I can't rest now. So 100%, Mr. Fisk is right. The other day I was like, we didn't sleep till like 2 a.m. And I was like, I'll rest till the project was over. I was building some shelves for clothing there, and we got it done. And we're rearranging, we got it done. So I think I'm excited. Whenever I feel like you're busy, like I said earlier, and it has a purpose, and then you're accomplishing those purposes, success really is right in the corner.
Clark Kent, $10. No surprise with everything that's happening. Everybody want to be a part-time boss. $10 on the super chat. Thanks for that. Go on to the B funds.
Yes, sir.
So appreciate that, Clark Kent. And let's say you didn't want to chill now until Q4 hits. You know what would happen, right? Is that you would chill, and then Q4 comes around, all these sales start coming in,
Right.
and then now you're drowning in your own inventory because you have to ship out so many products that you're not
Yep.
prepared for now because you were chilling.
Yeah.
Now you can't find products because you were chilling. Now you're gonna find other items that weren't even listed, or things get double sold because you were
Yeah.
chilling. And that's a preparation that you're making now, once November, December start to roll around. For me, I haven't listed. Everybody has checked, they've seen the store. Some people check it. They even, hey, how come you haven't listed this and this?
Mm-hmm.
So right now I'm waiting because I have different inventory that is coming in. And what I like to do is I need to figure out where it's going to be first,
Mm-hmm.
rather than just get it listed. And then I only have, like a 10 pack of this item. When I have 25 more coming in, I want them to see, where am I going to put all of them?
Right.
I have everything here. I have everything where it's going to be listed. Then I'll get the various sizes because all of them need the photos of the tag.
Labels, yeah, tags.
I need to make sure everything is before I get everything listed. I hate doing one-offs here and there, and next thing you know, more of them come in.
Mm.
Dang, Mr. Eric. Where did he come from? Don't forget to save my spot for the barbecue when you visit Cali. Vegan barbecue, Mr. Eric. I didn't know he was interested.
There we go.
$50.
Yeah, we know. Cali's got some good Korean barbecue there, and some food places. So definitely,
Man, Mr. Eric.
Yeah, Mr. Eric's hustling out there. Running a business while full time. Helping, saving lives.
Man, we're gonna stay another hour. All these super chats coming in. Vintage Profit. Let's see, Dubrick, Mr. Eric. Oh, thanks for that. And Clark Kent. And man, back to backs.
Yep.
Everybody hit that like button. Baker Brand. Just make sure you hit the like button in the end, in the middle, whenever you want. Yeah, not in the middle. You hit the like button in the end. Rest in the end. Let me see. Let me go back up. That's for the new Cam OnlyFans quality. That's all the super chats are coming in. Maybe now they're just super chats are coming in because they can see my face now. Maybe
Before it was like $1.99, 99¢.
Yeah, now they're like, oh, that's really what he looks like. I just saw a mouth talking the last live show.
Yeah.
It's so dark. Couldn't even see him. Let me go back up.
Now you look like Jordan Force.
Let me go back up. Man, there's a bunch of them we didn't even get to read. Do what you have to do now so you can do what you want later. Zapatos.
Yeah.
When I think about giving up, I think about how unhappy I was in my 9-to-5 select goods. Wow. Perspective always comes into play.
Exactly.
Knowing the path and walking the path, two different things. Intramorph. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. My boy Miles. It's too late to start preparing for opportunities after an opportunity presents itself.
Yep.
Intramorph. All right. So we had 4 of them today. Long-term vision and intelligence. Be competitive with yourself. Next stage challenges. And rest at the end, not in the middle. All right. Those were the 4. Just started selling Chicago cleats from last summer. $20 for 300 now. Big money mo.
Yep.
Clark Kent, y'all keep hustling out there. All right. Anything else you want to throw in, B, for our hour-long show?
Well, don't stop now. Don't rest now. We'll rest come January. Come Q5.
Q5. Then we'll be ready. Easy money. SA. Out hustled someone. Yes. B, we got to get the meals in, but like I said, the best parts were meeting everybody, seeing people in person, especially people that donating on the super chats here on Mondays, here on Wednesdays, familiar names. And so, I really want to get that going, and I know it's been rough right now with everything else that's out of our control, but something we definitely need to do. So we'll figure something out.
Yep.
That's it. So that was the Unleash Your Mamba Mentality show. Tomorrow, Thrifty Tuesday, Wednesday live show as normal. And we'll keep going from there. Take it day by day.
Yep.
Any other comments, questions in the chat? And I think we're good to go. So appreciate everybody that's watching this one and super chat. And we'll see you on Wednesday.
Peace out.
B, anything else?
That's pretty much it, man. See
All
you
right.
Wednesday.
All right. We'll see you. Go ahead and get it. Take care.